We made it, people. We're here.
Thanks for hanging on and believing. Thank you.
I'm feeling a little stabby.
You kept the faith. Thanks so much.
It's a good night for freaking brownies.
So, there's really only a handful of things you can make on tax day. And brownies is one of them.
Brownies is one of them. Well, the other night my husband said to me, I really feel like chocolate cake. And I went, oh, I think I can make you some black bean brownies. And 30 minutes later, he had them. So I thought, I cannot believe I haven't made these on the show. I guess I need to.
I can tell everyone firsthand that I had one of Debrianna's black bean brownies, and I fooled my children, and I didn't tell them they were black bean brownies. They thought they're so good.
Tell. No. So my friend Donna is running the Georgia O'Keeffe retreat up there at her Abiquiu Ranch, where you can go and stay for a week. And there's writers that are coming. I think they're there this week. And so I volunteered to make something. And I thought, oh, gluten-free brownies, because they are gluten-free. Everybody's got it. Everybody loves them, and it will satisfy people who may be gluten-free. So that's why I'm making them.
And the protein from the black beans.
Delish. It's delish. So, yeah. And they're super fast. Like, you can make them in literally, they'll take 5 minutes, which might be good since the show is late tonight. I don't know what happened. It just kept telling me you've expired.
We are having a rare rainy day in Santa Fe today. It's cold. It's rainy.
Cold.
We had to protect all the vegetables.
Lisa's wearing a parka.
I'm wearing a parka. I was freezing. I was walking my dog in the park, and it was cold and rainy. So,
for God's sake.
This is time for brownies.
It's time for brownies, and these brownies are so good. And we were having this discussion the other day about guilty pleasures. Like, I think we were watching the Fran Lebowitz series. If you haven't seen it, the one about New York, it's really good. Yeah. In the last episode, she's like, I don't have guilty pleasures. I'm having pleasure. Why should I feel guilty about it? She's so funny when she talks about it. And so I was like, these are guilt-free brownies? No, these are delicious brownies. Enjoy them.
There's no reason to live life with guilt.
No. So look, organic black bean brownies. You start with organic black beans. These have been already rinsed. So this is just a 15-ounce can. This is a little over 15 ounces, but that's okay. So the black beans have been rinsed.
Okay.
And I'm going to make the entire thing in a blender.
See how easy it is, people? It's so easy.
Yeah, it's super, super, super easy. So I turned the oven on 350.
Okay.
And I have a parchment-lined paper, 9x9 pan. You can make these in an 8x8 pan. They'd just be a little thicker than these. And I lined it. You can just spray it with coconut spray if you want, or grease it. I put the parchment in it because I'm going to want to take them out of the pans and give them to the people at the conference. Beans.
Your video was interrupted. You might not be online. We're not sure.
No, it's on. It said it looks like it's going.
It's.
Oh, I know what. What? It's cursed today.
I'm feeling stabby. I was feeling stabby over the Supreme Court today. I started out stabby, and now I'm getting stabbier.
There's something in the astrology or the ethers that it's just a frustrating time.
It is.
With communication and people, and it's been a tough day.
David has his thing. I'm eating chocolate chips.
David, are you having limoncello? What are you having?
Yeah, let's just call that kombucha.
I'm having kombucha. kombucha right now. I'm trying this new one
not
called
kombucha.
Better Booch. It's pretty good.
It's having better bourbon.
Better bourbon.
Okay, so here was the other thing that happened today. I went to the nursery and I found this plant. This is chocolate mint. First of all, it's beautiful. It's variegated leaves. It's gorgeous. And it smells so good that I want to use it in the brownies.
It's so pretty. And chocolate and mint, it's a match made in heaven.
It is. It's just, I'm going to make a batch without the mint, and I'm going to make a batch with the mint. Okay. And then we'll decide. Okay, so in my baby copper pan that I love so much, I melted 1/3 cup of coconut oil.
Okay.
And that is going in here with the beans.
Okay.
I'm just going to let that run in there. Okay, then I'm going to do 1/4 cup of honey. But I think I'm going to do the little trick.
Oh, whoever said we need you guys, that is so sweet. Thanks for saying that. And someone else is asking, chocolate mint plants? Are you kidding? No, we're not. It's real.
I'm not kidding. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
There is a chocolate mint varietal. Go to your nursery, your local nursery. They'll probably have one for you.
That's creamed honey. It's delicious.
Oh, I love cream honey. Okay, so Debrianna did her trick where she puts the coconut oil in the measuring cup.
And the honey runs right out.
This changed my life. This hack changed my life for the last year.
I'm so glad. Okay, now here's the other thing. I got you one, Lise. This is the magic.
I love this. Debrianna improves my life daily. Debrianna is a good friend.
The brown sugar bucket. Okay, it snaps shut really hard, and this gets soaked in water, and it puts enough moisture in here in the surrounding air that you always have soft brown sugar.
It's the best. It is the best.
1/4 cup. So 1/4 cup each of honey and brown sugar.
How much honey did you put in?
1/4 cup.
Quarter. Okay. Quarter.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Honey, sugar, oil, beans. Okay. Now we're just gonna whiz them up in the blender. I think I did it. Oh no, wrong side. You have to get this thing exactly right, or no go, sister girl.
Someone's saying,
what?
Is Debrianna filling the brown sugar bucket with brownies for Lisa? No. I wish I were the recipient of the brownies, but they are going to a friend of hers for the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum event at Ghost Ranch.
You want to make sure you blend the beans really well, because you want to have a really smooth batter.
You don't want any beans in your brownie.
No. So I'm beating them really good. So that's pretty well blended.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. Okay.
I'm sure this is Peggy. She's saying, excellent measuring this evening. Yes, I would agree.
Thank you so much. Okay. I like to add coffee with my chocolate. So this is a teaspoon of espresso powder going in.
Yum.
I always have a very nice espresso powder around.
It's really
just
good
for occasions like this.
Someone says, can you use a Cuisinart? I think you could. Yes.
Yeah, you could. This is a small amount of beans. So it depends on your Cuisinart. You probably want to use a little one. I don't know. It just, if you can get it really well blended, that's the whole point, is you really want the whole thing really smooth.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good cocoa powder, people. This is super good cocoa powder. It's
worth
very
the
dark.
investment.
Look.
It's worth the investment.
Dark. dark chocolate. Okay, so I'm gonna use.
Someone's like, chocolate and caffeine, no sleeping tonight. Well, that's true.
That would be true, but I'm not eating these tonight.
It's for the writers.
They're going to the writers group, and
the writers need it at the Georgia O'Keeffe retreat.
They will need this. I will make a second batch and take a picture and use the chocolate mints, and we'll eat them during the day. Okay, so cocoa powder. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of gluten-free flour. Now you can leave this out, but I like to add it.
So you can leave it out if you want.
You can leave it out.
Okay.
I like Flour Farm for this. Okay. It's really important if you're going to use gluten-free flour to look at the ingredients with which the gluten-free flour is made. This is a great baking one. I like their brand, Flour Farm. It's an organic brand. And this is what's in it. Sweet rice flour, brown rice flour, tapioca, almond, and coconut flour. So those are all delicious things that you might want to eat in a baked good. Sometimes they're made with garbanzo beans and stuff like, you have to read the ingredients on the gluten-free flour.
No xanthan gum in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, oftentimes you need that for baking, but this is doesn't have it in it. It's just this blend, and I really like it, so I'm gonna add it.
So you make a flourless chocolate cake, don't you?
Yeah. Why? And
so
it doesn't always have that in it.
So when you do that, does that like almond flour or what do you do?
Yes, I've used almond flour. I have a bunch of different recipes. Sometimes you don't really even need it in this. I mean, you can make it without.
Okay.
Okay, vanilla salt. I'm using vanilla salt because that's what I make. But you can use just regular vanilla. I mean, regular salt. And I have vanilla that I make, so I'm going to use that teaspoon of that. It's going in. This is the one that I make. Look at all the vanilla beans in it.
Wow. That is intense.
Vanilla-y.
That is intense.
Yes, it is. Very intense.
But it makes a difference.
Baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon. Going in. And I think, did I get everything? Salt, powder, yeah. And then we're going to add the chocolate chips later. Okay, so we're going to blend this up again.
So no eggs?
Oh, yes, I'll put the eggs in after.
Okay.
I'm going to blend this first and make sure everything's really... I want the beans really blended.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll add the eggs. And that's two eggs in one. 2 eggs. Now I am going to add walnuts to my brownies because I think walnuts and brownies are fabulous.
So good. So good.
You do not have to add them. And I'm going to add 1 cup of chocolate chips. I'm going to add 1/2 of them to the batter and then 1/2 on the top. But I'm going to add get the eggs in there first. Okay, so here's another tippy thing. We learned this from Panina when we were doing a shoot. Oh my God, this thing. This is an awesome tool to get everything out of your blender.
Which is so hard to do.
It's the right shape thing. It's amazing. It changes your whole life, people.
That's a gorgeous thing.
All right. I'm going to add in here 1/2 cup of nuts. These are really whole, so I'm going to throw them in and let the blender do its thing.
So you don't mind if they get a little chopped up, but you don't want to get them pulverized.
Right.
Someone's saying, where did you find said tool?
Online, Amazon. Look, this is what I'm using for chocolate chips.
Yum.
And they're big. They're big fatties.
I like the big ones.
Yeah, I love them. So I'm adding a half a cup in here.
Okay.
Ish. Well, I just have to finish the package up. And then I'm going to run the blender just to get everything all mixed, but not for very long because I don't want to, you know, mush the nuts completely. That's it.
That was like half a second.
Yeah. But it's mixed. They're mixed through.
Oh my God. That's the kind of batter I like to eat by itself.
I know.
Watching a really good old movie.
Oh, I sent you the picture yesterday. I said to David, I can't believe Lisa knew the movie. I saw, you know, I've been posting all the aprons that I've been making. Oh, the labels came today, by the way.
Oh, are they great? Do you like them?
Awesome. David's going to go get them. Okay, so I'm watching TMC, the movie channel, and on comes Mildred Pierce, which is a fabulous film.
One of my favorites.
It's the only one that Joan Crawford won an Oscar for.
That's right.
And she's standing there in this polka dot dress that's exactly the same fabric that I made the aprons out of.
So she takes a picture of herself and sends it to me with Joan Crawford.
And Lisa's like, Mildred Pierce. It was so funny.
Okay, here's the.
Here are the labels. David's got the labels.
See if
they're so cute.
There.
Oh, those are great. Handmade by Debrianna Mancini for Corona Kitchen. Oh, with a little chicken. Oh, that's so perfect.
So I'll put them in the aprons tomorrow, and I'll get them out to everybody who gets.
All those people who donated the mega bucks to our campaign are getting aprons.
The brownies are in the pan. And then I'm going to, where's the rest of it? Okay, there. I'm going to sprinkle the remaining half a cup of chocolate chips on the top.
Okay, that looks so good.
Yeah. And that's it. They go in the oven for about 25 minutes at 350. I checked them at 20. It depends, you know your ovens, 25 to 30 minutes ish. I check them at 20 because you just want them to be pulling away from the edge. You don't want to
overcooked. You don't want to overcook the brownies.
You don't want to overbake these.
People do that.
Yeah. So that's the story.
Someone says, "What do you need to donate for brownies?" Ha ha.
Well, I guess we should have thought of that, but we didn't.
You can make these yourself, although it would be whoever's saying that would be really nice to see you in person. And
yeah, we're almost there.
We had an idea. We're thinking later when the weather gets really warm here and we're all dining outside, that we could have a garden party for a show with Corona Kitchen and be all together and cook the meal and just hang out.
Yeah, have a meal together because we are fully vaccinated.
We could actually cook together now, Debrianna. We really don't have to do it this way.
We don't. We can now change our whole modality. So exciting. Things are changing, that's for sure. So
I know my youngest just got his first vaccine on Saturday, and it was so exciting. And he's 15, Seamus. So, let me just tell you, not one symptom.
Oh my gosh, that's great. What did he get?
He got the Pfizer. That's what the 11 to 15-year-olds can only get, the Pfizer. But I'm like, yay.
Yeah, whatever. So you're a mixed race family.
We are. We're all different.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Oh, yay. Well, I won't be able to post a picture of these right away because they're gifting, but I will make the second batch and I'll post that. And I think I will use my mint.
So when you use your mint, how much will you put in? And will you?
Well, I think I'm going to chop about a tablespoon, and I'm going to make sure it's finely chopped.
Yeah.
Because you're not, I mean, you don't want to eat a piece of.
I bet that'll be really good.
But yeah, I think I'll probably use about a tablespoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, cooking together does sound fun, and we will do it because we're all dealing with garden and outside now, and all the wonderful fruits and vegetables of summer. So it's going to be fun.
Great. Really fun. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, you guys. That was a bit of a ride, but we are happy to have you. It is time, people. You need to be involved because holy cow, things are happening fast and we need to be involved politically. I don't know how we're going to deal with the Supreme Court, but I'm sure there's going to be things happening. So we need to pass voting rights legislation. That is imperative. So get involved with whoever you can get involved with. And because the midterms are not that far away.
And if you're, following what's happening today in Mississippi with, women's reproductive rights, a lot of us have been fighting for this for a really long time. It's the same old shite.
Yeah, there are generations of people that do not know what we grew up with. Coat hangers in back alleys and women bleeding to death, and it's not good. We don't want to go back there.
When it all comes down to it, a woman must have autonomy of her body. That is the bottom line. So,
yeah, it affects everything. So yeah, do what you can, and we will. We're going to check in with Holly and see if she'll be with us tomorrow, and we'll let you know.
And we might be at her new store, perhaps.
Yeah.
She just opened a storefront.
Yeah, just opened a store.
We might be going on a field trip. Who knows?
You never know. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Wear your mask if you need to. Hey, I didn't get a cold all year, so I like my mask.
Take care, everybody. Be good to one another.
Yeah.